A inicios de esta semana, el ex campeón mundial de WWE y UFC, Brock Lesnar, fue invitado al podcast del comentarista de SmackDown, Pat McAfee. En dicha entrevista, el luchador trató varios temas interesantes como su relación con Vince McMahon y Dana White o su interés de entrar al Salón de la Fama de WWE. Les he preparado un resumen de toda la entrevista ya que estuvo muy interesante y les dejaré las partes más importantes con subtítulos. El primer tema que tocaron en la entrevista fueron los inicios de Lesnar, quien dijo que no tenía ni idea que iba a llegar algún día a WWE. Comenzó a practicar lucha libre amateur junto a su hermano a los 5 años de edad en la granja de su papá, pero mencionó que no vio un combate de lucha libre profesional en televisión hasta que comenzó a estudiar en la Universidad de Minnesota, de donde fue reclutado por WWE. Lesnar dijo que se sintió totalmente cómodo cuando llegó a UFC debido a su experiencia en la lucha libre amateur y porque había estado peleando desde que era un niño, por lo que se lo tomó muy en serio y contrató a los mejores entrenadores. También reveló que para él fue muy humillante su primera pelea en UFC contra Frank Mir, porque se había preparado para los rodillazos de Mir, pero aún así lo venció de esa manera. En ese momento le preguntaron a Lesnar cómo es su relación con Dana White, presidente de UFC, y McAfee dijo que la gente ha llamado a White una imagen viva de Vince McMahon que simplemente está en un juego de lucha diferente. McAfee le preguntó a Lesnar si estaba de acuerdo con eso, a lo que respondió lo siguiente.
Hey, what's it like dealing with Dana White? What's your relationship like with him? I guess from back then up until now, you guys close?
Yeah, Dana's all right. I mean, he's paid. I've got a lot of money from him. You know,
you made a lot of money for him.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I probably should have got paid more. Maybe.
Well, that's a big conversation around the UFC. Whenever you do business outside the WWE, and everybody calls Dana basically a spitting image of Vince, just in a different fight game. Do you agree with that?
I don't know. I really can't compare the two guys. They're just so. I mean. Honestly, my relationship with Vince is so different than it is with Dana over the years. Vince and I have had a love-hate relationship for, the last 20 years, but it's been good. We've got a lot of water under the bridge. I have a lot of respect for both men. But things dealing with Dana and it's just a totally different.
You met
business
Vince
approach.
when you were younger.
I met Vince when I was younger. I look at Vince more as a father figure, actually, because I've learned a lot of things from him, and I was able to carry those things over and handle business with Dana. So I mean, Vince is a self-made person. So is Dana. Took the company and they made it public and made a.
Bunch
big.
Hey, congrats on that. Congrats on that cash, by the way.
So,
Luego de eso le preguntaron a Lesnar sobre si estaba interesado en formar parte del Salón de la Fama de WWE, a lo que respondió que no le importa si está en el Salón de la Fama o si deja un legado. Lo que le importa es ser una buena persona y un buen padre. Como todo lo demás en el mundo, la lucha libre profesional se trata de ganar dinero. Se siente afortunado de seguir en la cima y hacer cosas como ser parte de la Elimination Chamber en Arabia Saudita. Estas fueron sus palabras.
Yeah, but I don't really care or give a shit. I'm serious. I don't. Like, I don't give a fuck if I'm in the Hall of Fame or not. I've done what I did. I don't care. I don't care if I'm leaving a legacy behind. What I do care about is, I'm a good person, good dad, and all that, all that stuff. Like, that's important to me. Mount Rushmore of wrestling.
I don't think you have to give one, but in your eyes.
But I don't really. Like, there's a lot of guys. I mean, it's all like, this is a business about making money. Okay, unfortunately, like, you wouldn't be doing a podcast if you weren't making as the world turns.
The NFL, by the way, the NFL,
everything, is about just turning dollar bills, y'all.
And by the way, you do a lot of that. You always have. You've been on the marquee for like 20 years. And
I feel fortunate that I'm still be able to be on top and do that. I mean, it's, like, to be a part of a company that Vince McMahon, helped and skyrocketed and now, like, be a part of this pay-per-view. We're going to Saudi Arabia.
Premium live event.
Going to Saudi Arabia.
Luego de eso, Lesnar dijo que en este momento la está pasando muy bien en la WWE y que está más relajado de lo que solía estar. Tiene 20 años de carrera, se divierte y no le importa si se equivoca. Cuando se le preguntó cuánto tiempo más puede verse luchando, Lesnar dijo entre risas que lo seguirá haciendo mientras le lleguen los billetes de dólar. En ese momento comentó que actualmente no lucha por dinero, sino que lo hace porque quiere, ya que ha sido inteligente manejando su dinero después de casi estar en la bancarrota durante su primer paso por la WWE. Dijo que se siente muy bien físicamente y todavía siente mariposas cuando actúa. Estas fueron sus palabras.
You mentioned your body obviously feeling good. How long do you think you could see yourself potentially wrestling?
As long as them dollar bills come
Have you thought about that, though? Because the end of people's career is obviously one that's speculated, talked about, and especially in wrestling, that's something that's going to be talked about. You look better than ever right now, though.
I don't have to do this, okay? Like, I've been really wise, and I'm doing it because I want to. And I'm not gloating. Like, I've been really good with my money.
25 years of success.
Yeah. So,
on top.
It hasn't always been that way, though. I learned from a lot of people. I was almost bankrupt my first run. You know, I just signed a big deal with Vince. I mean, a big deal. Like back then, 20 years ago, you know,
we're talking, hey, a lot of
lot of guaranteed money. And so then I'm like, 6 months later, I'm like, yeah, go screw yourself, Vince. He was a little chap. You know? I get it now. You know, made an investment here. You know, but I had to do that, and he understood that. I had to leave. I had to go out, and I wasn't done yet. Yeah. You know, God, if I wouldn't have left, I wouldn't have been, you know, in the UFC and all that stuff. Went out and made my name. I paved my own road. You know, and so came back and established. This is what I want. This is how I'm going to do it. And I'm very fortunate that, you know.
Después de eso, McAfee le preguntó a Lesnar sobre el talento joven de la WWE, a lo que Lesnar respondió que alguien del vestuario necesita dar un paso al frente. McAfee le pidió que explicara qué significaba eso y dijo lo siguiente.
It's just kind of weird how the whole, the revolutionary door, you know, because when I first came up, it was like, you know, The Undertaker and Steve and you know, I could go on and on with the guys, but like, so now I'm the old bastard walking down the hall. I don't, you know, I'm looking at these young kids, and I don't know. Somebody needs to step up, and
everybody says that. What does that mean, you think?
That means you get over, figure out how to fucking like put asses in seats. Yeah. Not worry about your next high spot. Yeah, figure out how the hell that I can be different. Like, how can I make money?
Yes.
That's it.
That's the business.
That's the business.
And a lot of old, I don't want to say old wrestlers, but that's all the old heads of wrestling who went through all that. They say the same exact thing, but it seems to be a real generational thing happening. Right?
They think, the young generation thinks it's that if they go out and do a certain move and do it over and over, and you know, and that's not the business. There's a good guy and a bad guy. You know, like Holyfield and Tyson, you know, mega heavyweights, and you know, I don't like that guy, and I like him. Pitting people against each other, storylines, and you know, there's something, you know, that's what was fun about me coming back this time was the storyline with Roman Reigns and being with Paul Heyman for 15 years, and now Paul's with Roman, and
hey, he fucked you over too.
Yeah, big time.
What's that all about? You know him a long time.
Is bar none like the best.
Hey, don't break the table, obviously.
I didn't break shit.